What's up, everybody? It's Brandon, and this is Rodney.
I'm Rodney.
Yeah, we're here to talk a little box office banner stuff. We're here to talk about Power Rangers, Once and Always. That is the title, right?
That
You
is
just told me.
that's
I
the
keep
title.
forgetting it, man.
Yes.
It's such a fucking weird title, even though it's not. But it's somehow hard to say for me. Is it just a me thing, or is it tough for you at one
Dude,
point?
I always thought it was Forever and Always.
Exactly.
And then it's Once and Always. And
Yeah,
I'm just like,
it's
I almost
weird.
want to just call it Forever and Always.
It's one of those weird fucking titles. Either way, I hope the kids aren't watching this. It's one of
Yeah.
those weird fucking titles. This is for the adults. The
Yes.
adult Power Ranger fans, the people that grew up
The
with this
OG
shit.
fans.
Yeah, dude, for sure. My beer's way over there. Ow! Something popped. I wish I didn't hear that, but I heard that. God damn. What we think about this movie, though? I ask you right as you're taking a swig of Gatorade.
Power Rangers Once and Always. And I know you and me, out of the four of us,
That is dark. It looks like soda.
it looks like Coca-Cola for real.
Anyways, continue. We're drinking beer and cussing on the Power Rangers.
You and me, over the other two for sure, the bigger Power Ranger fans. I remember watching this shit as a kid like crazy. I wanted to be in the Power Rangers when I was younger and even older, but it is what it is.
Even
So
now.
the trailer for this came out, and I didn't know that this was a special when the trailer
Yeah.
dropped. I thought it was a full-length movie.
Yeah, it was classified as like a movie, I guess, but it's definitely more of a special because it's 55 minutes. Like, what movie? It's hard to find a movie that's under 80 minutes, and even then, it's like it'd be 75 and above.
Yeah.
Like, it'll never go into like 60 territory. This is 55 minutes. I believe.
55 minutes, yeah. And so the trailer drops, and I'm like, oh, this looks terrible. This looks absolutely terrible because
Like, what is
at
this
the time
shit?
I didn't know what they were going for. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? But yeah. So based on my excitement as I was younger and everything like that, I watched the movie the other night whenever I got off work, and yeah, dude, I fucking love this movie.
Did
dude.
you?
I
No
fucking
way.
loved this
No
movie.
way.
And I think I loved it because
I'm shocked.
I knew exactly what they were going for.
The stuff
And
with
it
Trini
felt-
was great.
Dude, when do we do spoilers at the end? We'll do spoilers at the end. But yes, that shit for me made me so happy because it was such good closure. And then the way they kind of closed up other things, which we can talk about toward the end too.
Yeah.
But it was just the style of it.
Yeah.
The martial arts was so awful, but I loved it because it's
Yeah.
what I remember as a kid, and it was beat for beat. The
Yeah.
acting, terrible, but oh my god, the nostalgia.
Jinx.
The nostalgia was incredible with it.
Dude,
And
it was pretty fucking bad. but I'll say I did enjoy it overall. But like, it's so funny like hearing all the like terrible lines, dude.
oh man.
But like, it's the same. But you can't go into this and be like, well, the lie, how goofy it was, how cringy it was, because that same cringe and goof is what's going on. If you go, I just rewatched the whole original series.
yeah.
It's the same shit. It's the same bad acting. It might fit better, back then, especially when they're kids. It makes it less cringy. But even then again, like, Trini's got a daughter in this one. And,
Mina.
Yeah. And she was cringing me the fuck out, though. There's a few, when she was outside fighting.
Well,
she was running.
let's not get this misconstrued.
Yeah.
Every actor in this movie, special whatever, was terrible.
Yeah.
The acting in this movie
Who's the
was
best, though, if
complete.
you had to say? I think Zach was definitely the best, but he still wasn't good.
Honestly, dude,
Zach was at least like there was times he seemed normal. Like you felt like everybody's acting was so bad that it was noticeably just terrible. Like it would take you out of the movie. I'm like oh god. I'm like, that's rough. But there was sometimes when Zach was acting, I still felt like I was watching a movie. Like I wasn't like, oh, that's good acting, but like it wasn't so bad that it took me out of it. Not to say he didn't have bad lines, but literally everybody else, anytime they spoke, I immediately was like, oh. Zach, there was times where I'm like, oh yeah, I'm watching a movie right now.
you see, they brought in his hip hop fighting style.
Oh my god,
In
that breakdance fight.
yeah, it's like it's got a name to it. It's like hip hop something.
And I never was a big Zach
But
fan.
no. But I don't know, dude. Like, look, so it's like this for me. Like, I watched this movie when I got off work, and then the next day at work, I watched it again
You watched it again?
at work, dude, because it was so.
No
when
way.
Jamie woke up and came out to the living room, dude, I was ear to ear grinning watching this movie, dude. And it was such an awful experience, like, well, not experience, but like such awful acting, and the story was so plain, and then the fighting was terrible, like all that shit. But it
was bad, but it was good.
They could reboot it and try to make it up to date, or they can just keep it like it was and just make it 30 years later. And I think they went the right decision on it. And if you look at the Rotten Tomatoes, I did that today before I got to the movies. The Rotten Tomatoes for it's like 92
Is
for the
it?
audience, or 92 for critics, and like 95 for audience.
I didn't even know it was that high.
Dude, yeah, it blew me away.
Yeah, the movie definitely didn't blow me away. I know you're talking about something else, the audience and the scores and what have you from other people, but still, like, it was fun. Like, I was watching it with Aida. I didn't like fucking. I wasn't a big fan of like electronic, almost Rita Repulsa.
So I think Rita, going back to your question, was the best acted.
Really?
Was because Rita, dude, like not a beat was skipped with her. Dude, she was Rita through and through, and I fucking loved it.
Yeah, it was cool. I didn't like I like the old Rita, I guess. I wasn't feeling the metallic like mask, and then I was missing like other people like Babu and fucking
what's his name? Goldar, yeah.
Yeah, Goldar.
Dude, yeah. There's a lot of people missing, but there was some shout outs in it, though.
And then, dude, I was cracking up, dude, because there's like, when they were coming up with the villains, dude, for this, I was rolling, just picturing them talking about it. And there's a plane flying overhead. I don't know if you can hear that. They came up with Minotaur and Snizzard.
Snizzard, yeah, Snizzard.
Snizzard sounds like some shit Snoop Dogg would say, to be honest, on my Snizzard. Yeah, but like, I'm just picturing them in the writer's room, like, what should we call like our main fucking antagonist? Obviously, we have Rita, like, make her made of metal.
Rita.
Yeah,
that's what they
great.
call
Oh, great idea. Who do we got here? Some like snake lizard thing. Yes, excellent. We'll call it Snizzard. Okay. What else? Just throw in a fucking Minotaur and call it a day. All right, we have our villains. Great job, class. We're doing great. Yeah, but. Again, I kind of ate it up.
But they also did some creative decisions in this that I really like with Trini.
Yeah.
What they did with Trini at the beginning to me was like, oh, did they just do that? Or are they going to pull the MCU bullshit?
Yeah, it was.
And they didn't, and I was like, yes. But then not just that decision, but when Rita was looking up and Billy was like, oh, she's distracted and does his thing. And I'm like, when in a movie history has the common sense thing actually happened where they're like, oh, this is the time to attack, and they do, and it works. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, oh my God, this is amazing right now. I'll tell you the one thing I hated, and you already know.
Here we go.
You already know.
Are we gonna say it?
But I'm gonna
I do know.
I'm gonna choose wisely on this. I hate the flying car part of the scene.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Not the whole social.
That was kind of throwing me off though with the car though. Like I was like, oh, and the car flies. That's nice.
Well, it flew in the OG too, but it was only in like a few episodes.
I don't even
and it
remember
wasn't even
that.
the same color. It was like a different color too. But
yeah, I don't even remember that.
It's funny to me because she was like trying to figure out how to get it to fly and everything, and then as soon as she gets to that one point or whatever, she just like pulls the thing and she flies fucking away to like. It was right after she done hit those Glorgon things or whatever they're called.
Who knows, man? Who knows? We'll talk about some spoilers.
Let's do it.
Yeah, Trini dies
at the beginning.
What the
stakes have
hell,
never been
dude.
higher, and it pisses Mina off. Or
that threw me off. I didn't think she was dead for sure.
Well, the actress is dead.
Yeah, I know she died in a car crash, I believe. Yeah, it's. Oh my God, dude. Yeah, that was fucking crazy because especially like a Power Rangers movie, I was like, they're not gonna actually kill her off.
Dude,
I didn't
that's
even
what
know.
I thought.
Maybe I missed them saying like, Trini, look out! Like, I mean, I think I knew that it was Trini in the scene going back to it now, but I was like, maybe she'll just never come out of like the Power Rangers gear and like she'll be like, I have to go away, stick with Aisha, you know, or some shit like that. But then when they actually threw that into the plot line, I was like, oh damn, we're actually doing this. And then, like, I joked out loud, too, that one part where, like, because her daughter takes over and it's the whole just like, you're not ready to be a Power Ranger. And then she becomes one.
Yeah. In kind of a dope way too.
And I
kind
knew
of like
that
a
was
mother-daughter.
It was predictable. As
closure.
fuck,
It
though.
was, but it was closure for Trini.
Yeah.
And, you know, Minka or whatever her name's.
I laughed out loud, dude, because I literally, like, maybe 2 seconds before she got blasted, I was just like, oh, Trini's daughter's about to watch Trini's daughter leap in front of that, and then she dies too. And Billy's like, damn it, not again. And 2 seconds later, she jumps in front of it, and I was like, oh, shit. I was like, if she died, and I'm like, nope, you know what's going to happen. This is going to make her the Power Ranger.
I would have been upset if she died.
That would have been fucking insane. And Billy's just like, no, not again.
We didn't get, I can't believe I'm blanking on his name. The leader.
Jason?
No,
you're talking about Tommy.
No, the leader, the one that
Zordon.
Zordon, yeah.
Yeah, that was.
Dude, the name was on the
I don't know what
tip.
they were gonna.
So Zordon is dead in this.
Yes, I don't know. See, now
Rita kills him.
That was weird because I thought they were gonna like resurrect him, and then it just kind of like didn't happen.
Yeah,
and
like
then
not at all in the least bit either. Like
Yeah,
there was no
weird.
sign of him like
an Alpha number 9 now or whatever.
Yeah, I wasn't the biggest fan of Alpha, but he did make me chuckle a couple times. So
Yeah.
I can say that.
Ay ay ay.
But what I was talking about with
This shit kills me.
Billy, when Billy stabbed Rita in the back, he
Yeah.
took that opportunity when she was watching the moon fight or something like that. Not the moon fight. She was watching something. And he stabbed her in the
Box
back
office
and
banner probably.
basically, yeah, she had to have been.
It's just the
But
facts.
stabs her in the back, and of course, she thinks she's dead. And then that's when Snizzard becomes Big Snizzard.
Oh,
Gives us a reason for the
look at the big snooze.
the
baby.
Robo morphin time.
Yeah, they were like about to recreate the fucking like after 10,000 years I'm free. That shit, dude. It was
She
so
almost
weird.
got it too.
Dude, what killed me though is like all my favorite Rangers left in the beginning though. That kind of bummed
They
me
all
out.
got fucking captured.
Yeah, they did, but and then they fucking turned them into little toys that
And
like,
you
I used to
seen them
have
too.
when I was
You
a kid.
Yeah, you seen David Franks, like you seen his up in there. Although, okay, so which Red and Green Ranger are we dealing with in the beginning of the movie?
That should be Tommy, and then
But I don't think that's David Frank in the green.
nah, just somebody just acting like him, I'm sure. And
Right,
then it's supposed to
but-
be Rocky as the Red Ranger, or not Rocky. That's the other one, Jason. Jason's my favorite Power Ranger, always has been. So like when Jason got captured in the beginning, I was like motherfucker. And then Kimberly's my second favorite Ranger.
And she wasn't even in
and
it.
she gets captured in the beginning too.
Oh yeah, she was in her
all
suit.
them, and then Kat comes in as because she was the succeeding Pink Ranger, and then Rocky was the succeeding Red Ranger, and then you got. I prefer the original cast over everybody except for like I think I actually like Adam more than Zach, the Asian Ranger. We got to see Adam and Aisha, but it was like
I agree with you on that.
but it's like they're so. It's just I even might. It's sacrilegious to say, especially God rest his soul. But I even might like Aisha more than Trini. It's close, but it was cool seeing them. I love the fact they were at least in it, but it kind of sucked we didn't get to see them show out like the other ones did. And Rocky was kind of like he's not like real fat. Like he's just like a thick, muscular,
Dude.
fat-ish.
But then when he's in the
not as
Power Ranger
skinny.
suit, he's real
Yeah,
skinny.
and then he's all skinny and shit.
It's funny as shit.
Yeah, I was never a huge fan of Rocky. He's not bad, but when you take over the Red Ranger, when the Red Ranger is always my favorite. For me with Power Rangers, I'm just gonna come clean. I never liked the Green Ranger. Like he grew on me over time, but God rest his soul too. Like they're all fucking dying, Jesus Christ. But when I was younger, I know now because you can look back and be like Rita Repulsa put Tommy under a spell and made him the Green Ranger. So it was never his fault that he was attacking the Rangers in the original storyline, which is why he was able to join them and he eventually became their leader. But for me, when I was a kid, I was like, this motherfucker just tried to kill y'all. Now you let him in the clique. And then a few episodes later, I'm like, and now he's overtaken Jason, my favorite Power Ranger, as the leader? The audacity. Fuck this guy. Like, I used to, like, get so mad. And then, like, I'd hear everybody's like, oh, Green Ranger's the best. They'd like to shout that out. I'm like, no, the fuck he isn't. It's the fucking Red Ranger. And fuck you for just going along with this. Always bothered me. But that's why I just love the Red Ranger. And I actually thought Jason was in this for some reason. I thought
Dude,
he was.
I thought a lot of them were going to be in it, but we only got the cameo of the spaceship, the two on the spaceship,
Yeah, Adam and
then,
Aisha.
Yeah,
And you
then
get Rocky, Cat, and of course, you know the main ones that they have in it, Billy and fucking
Which
Zach.
I will say, there were some scenes where I was like, dude, we can tell you're phoning this shit in. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can
Right.
tell. But it's like, it's still, dude, the nostalgia of this movie hits so hard for me.
That's definitely the strongest suit. Here.
Where were
Like,
you at score-wise?
I didn't love it. I didn't even think it was really good either. I do have it as at a good score though. You know, it's one of those things. This type of shit ages bad because it's just honestly not that good. But nostalgia does win out, and I loved, you know, the stuff they did with Trini and the little fucking montage type thing they put together at the end where they played that song.
The OG.
Yeah, and
yes.
that song's actually like in the
Beautiful.
original show, and that's actually a good song from the original show. Like when I was rewatching it somewhat recently, it was cool to see that. It was kind of lame that we didn't get Bulk and Skull, but we did at least get to see Bulk and Skull.
Oh, yeah,
they were on that banner type
yeah.
of thing, so that was cool that they at least included them. And you know, it's exactly what you would expect an original OG Power Rangers movie to be, with the OG people in it. Because you could make a better Power Ranger movie than this, but it won't have the same nostalgia. It might have better acting. But if you're going to take these specific actors and throw them into a movie this far ahead, you're getting about exactly what you thought you would get. It's not like their martial arts skills improved. They got older, and they're fucking not going to be like, oh my God, like Billy and fucking
Sweet
Zach.
Roundhouse.
Wow, like their acting chops are just... Are they not killing this? Like, you weren't expecting
Going
that.
up for the Oscars.
If anything, it'd probably be worse, and it was pretty damn bad when they were fucking teenagers. So, I mean, it is what it is. If you like Power Rangers, give it a watch type of deal. But if you don't, probably stay far the fuck away because this ain't going to win you over. I did like it. It's my least favorite movie of the year. It's a 6.5 out of 10 to me. It's a fun one to watch with your kids and all that shit, too. Definitely give it a shout, a chance, all that good shit. If you do like Power Rangers, though.
Yeah, I'm higher than that. I love this movie. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed basically every second of this movie, even with the acting and the everything as bad as
even
it was.
with everything being terrible. This was a great movie.
But that's the thing about it though. Like the nostalgia was so heavy
I
and
know what you
so
mean.
with me in this movie that I couldn't help. I just
love it,
overlooked everything that was.
It's just a funny statement. Like
crazy.
even though like the martial arts were terrible, the acting was terrible, the set pieces, the CGI was better back in the 90s. Everything in the movie was god awful, but overall I thought it was maybe the best movie of the year. It's just like it's weird to like just literally pick apart every single detail. There's not one good quality left. You're like, but I loved it.
Yeah,
It's just funny hearing you say it, but I get it. I also do get it.
yeah. It's one of those things where like I won't give it like a 9 or anything
Yeah.
like that.
Hey,
because
Rotten Tomatoes basically did apparently.
Over a collective.
It's crazy.
But I will sit at like a 7.9. I want to give it. I might give it an 8, just
Do
because,
it.
dude, the
Do
nostalgia
it.
factor was so strong, dude. And I haven't smiled like that during a movie in I don't
Yeah.
know how long. So
That's dope, dude.
yeah, I'll give it an 8. I really enjoyed this movie.
Hell yeah, dude. Power Rangers, always and once, whatever the fuck it's called. Rodney here. I feel like you're about to talk like that for some reason. I don't know if you're gonna cry.
Howdy,
or-
fellas.
I don't know if you're about to cry or poop, but
all
not-
three at the same time.
let's not do that face anymore. Yeah, love you guys. Like, share, subscribe. Let us know what you thought in the comments section, please. Any of that good shit. Look at that. Throw up a Spock as well, just for good luck. We're gonna talk about some Evil Dead Rise as well, and Bo's Afraid. Jesus. Peace.